Hello everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher, and I have finally returned! Huzzah! Only 1 week off, which was about what I expected it would be, but wasn't too sure. Settled into the new place. This is the Stitchy corner here. It's not completely set together, there may be more things that get added, but for now that's kind of where we're at. So, I've still got good old Agnes over my shoulder, as well as my Brooks Books Oz characters, and then I've got some Oz stuff up there, and then I've got my 3 autographs, which I'm realizing now are not straight at all. So, like I said, we'll have some adjustments to do. Alright, so I've got some haul, a lot of haul, got some finishes, got some whips. I got more stitching done, actually, the week before the move than I did this week. Mostly because we were trying to put everything together, so I was only getting like 2 or 3 stitches in a night. But, you know, such as it is. Alright, so, I don't really think there was a lot of Q&A, that came through. I appreciate everyone who, sent good wishes for the move. It all went pretty darn well, and the new place is fabulous. Lynette L. asks, if I ever visited Threads That Bind in Plano before they closed. Yes, I visited once with, the Queen of Starts and the Stash Queen, and that was the only time I got to make it before they closed. Jody Bedard asks, do you leave your Q-snap on the whole time you stitch? I leave it on while I'm working on that project, and then once I'm done, I take it off. And the stretchy covers actually my friend Erin makes for me, but there are a lot of places you can buy them. I've just never bought them. She's just made them for me, because she's awesome. Okay, hopefully that didn't actually interrupt something I got in. You haven't backed up to the iCloud, because I really only use this iPod to record my videos, so I don't need to, because I delete the videos after they're uploaded. Carol Ann Clark asks, how concerned are you about the backs of your projects? Not at all. I try not to carry, like, great lengths, especially if it's a dark-colored thread on a light-colored fabric, but overall, no, I really don't care. As long as I don't have excessive bad knotting, no one's going to see the back. What does it matter? But that's just my feeling. Pam E. asks if I've tried Petite Alpaca from Rainbow Gallery. I have not. I've used Whisper, and I don't necessarily like Whisper, mostly because I don't feel like it really gives you the coverage that I'm wanting with it. I'll have to give Alpaca a try, though. Let's see. I think that's all of the questions that I had. So if I missed one, I apologize, but please throw questions at me, because I love me some questions. Alright, so let's do the haul. First off came my soda stitch patterns, and I apologize, some of this may actually have been shown in the last video, but if they were, I don't remember it. So I have Cinderella, Romeo and Juliet, Beauty and the Beast. Actually, I have 2 of those because I'm going to teach a friend to stitch with that. Rapunzel. And Sleeping Beauty. So, I don't know, given I love them all, I will do them, but God knows when this seems like this is probably going to be a series that I will be doing for the rest of my life, the way she keeps coming out with them. So it was much easier when there were only 2 a year to keep up with. Alright, so I got those. Then we've got, okay, the Fabric of the Month from Ship's Manor. So this one is, I believe, it's the July Primitive. It doesn't have an actual name. If it did, it didn't label, but it's very pretty bluey turquoisey. Be very nice for oceans. And this is 28 count Joplin. So this will probably actually be one that gets used for one of the fairy tales. Then I ordered for the Tempting Tangles Great Cheshire Moon Halloween Stitch Along, 32 count Joplin and Silvery Moon. So there it is. And then to go along with that, I was telling him that I really wanted to try and make the do it all in his threads. So he went through and he figured out as close a conversion as he could to the DMC. So some of that I'm gonna have to substitute Gentle Arts for, or Weeks. But he then sent me all of them that I needed. So there's Graveyard Moss, Peel's Tears, Canyonlands, Dried Mint, October Moon, Graveyard Lichen, Cream and Sugar, Bonnie's Blue, Something Blue, Bumpkin Patch, and Between the Shadows. Oops, dropping things. Alright, so there were those, and then he also, with my Fabric of the Month, sent me some more threads. Because Eric is awesome, yo. And I love his new floss tags. And some of these may actually end up being useful in the Halloween one. But there's Autumn Sky, Finally Fall, Cackle, Autumn Grace, Halloween Night, Boo, Apple Orchard, Jack, Eye of Newt, and Firelight. So those are all super, super awesome. And I will probably be starting Cheshire this week, most likely. Alright, so we got those. Boop. Boop. And then I got some fabric from Under the Sea Fabrics. I got 2 fat eighths of Autumn on 32 count Joplin. So it actually came out more pink on Joplin than I was expecting, but it's still going to work for what I wanted them for, which was Tempting Tangles Sal's. Because I'm obsessed. This is Autumn. Yeah, this is Autumn. So there's Autumn. So there's the other one. So I got 2. These came literally like the second day we lived here. So I got a all of these I think are fat eighths actually. A fat eighth of Winterbrook, which is one of my favorites. And I think they're all Joplin too. Joplin. One of them's Lugana. I don't really know why I got Lugana for that. but whatever, yo. So here is Winterbrook. It's a nice gray-green, and it's in 32 count. Again, no real plans for... The autumn ones I have had planned. The others I really kind of don't. Let's see. And then we've got Georgia Peach, which is a nice pinky orange. And it's, again, also 32 count. Or no, this one's 28. So this one's 28 count. We've got 28 count Vampiric, which I have an opal Vampiric that I haven't used yet. So I thought I would get some non-opal as well. There we go. And then, last but not least, I took advantage of the Leon Day sale. Is what I did. Yo. I got Opalescent 28 count Lugana Caribbean Tides. So, and I do have a plan for that. But I will not be revealing that plan just yet. Wahahaha. Alright, so that is all of my haul. So now we'll do the finish. I did finish Hollow Eden by Plum Street Samplers. And I did make one big change, which was to alternate the alphabet with the green and the black. It's avocado and hickory sticks. Word of advice, if you decide to stitch this, and you use the called for colors, and you don't do my little alteration here, you will need a second skein of hickory sticks. I had one length left after I finished all the letters, and that would not have been enough to finish the letters. So, there you go. So, I absolutely loved stitching this. This was a fun stitch. I highly suggest it to anyone. I did it on 28 count Chai Tea Joblin by Witchelt. So, and actually, you know, I say that I think it was designed for 36 count and probably meant to be, no, it was 2 threads. The chart said 2 threads over 1, or over 2. If you were doing it on 36 count, then obviously you could do 1 over 2 and you would have enough. But if you do it on anything lower than 36 or with anything less than 1 strand, you will need a second skein. Alright, so that was my finish. Let's see, things I've worked on. I worked on Let Freedom Reign. And after I finish the current thing I'm working on, I will do the next part of it. But here it is. Again, this is on Lazy River by Witchelt. And I went with Rain versus Ring. So there it is. So we've got more boat things, and then we'll continue on. So I've got part 8 left, and then I'll be halfway done. So I was hoping I might squeak out a finish on this month, but it's going to be early next month. There's just not going to be a way around it. But after I finish Freedom, then I'm going to pick up Beautiful Sea, because I found my Beautiful Sea. Yay! Alright, so then I worked on, as well, I think this is the last thing I worked on before at the old apartment, but part 3 and part 4 just came out, so after I do Freedom, I'll probably switch over to this one. But part 4 of Sizzlin' Summer just came out, so there's parts 1, 2, and 3. So I'm doing this one on Sandy Shores by Dye Stitch Love, and I'm doing it all in Silk Milk Silks. Alright, I worked on vintage birds, which I think is what I was working on the last video. So I finished the bird and the flowers. There you go. So, and I think this is absolutely stunning. I can't wait to see the rest of it come together. Super excited for that. Let's see. I worked on Sarah Davis, and I'm sort of renaming this. It's my Lisa Frank inspired, is what I've decided I'm calling it. So I got one row of alphabet and part of that done. So, and I think what I may do after Beautiful Sea is done, just to give some of the Tempting Tangle ones time to catch up, is I think I'm going to use this as my in-between, and I'm going to finish 2 bands and then move on. That's just germinating, so don't quote me on that yet. I worked on Little Mermaid, and I got the top part done. So I may pick this one back up at the end of this month. If not, this one will definitely be finished last month, because I've just got the fishes, the sea witch, and her potion. And then I'll be finished. So there's what I worked on this month. So, getting close on it, and then we'll start on Wizard of Oz. Which I'm sort of doing some back and forthing on the changes that I'm going to do. Obviously, I have to make the Emerald City green, and not white and pink. But I also don't know if I'm going to make Dorothy have ruby slippers or silver slippers, because while ruby slippers are still my preference, just because I think they're prettier than the silver, since this series is definitely, other than obviously Beauty and the Beast, has really not followed the Disney mold, I feel like maybe for Wizard of Oz I should just go back to the book, but I haven't decided yet. And then my new start, I ripped out my start on Let Freedom Ring, by Lila Studios, because I wasn't really happy doing it on this fabric anyways. So this is the start of the Clouds Factory's God and Goddess, Greek Gods on Heroic. That's my little start on Zeus. Literally, that's 3 days worth of stitching. That's how little stitching I've gotten done. So, that's that. Alright, well, I think that's kind of me for this week. I hope everyone has a great week, and I will see you all next week.